All right, taking a look at the Bitcoin price today. Just a couple days ago, we were sitting up at 110,000. Had a dip down to about 105, 106. On the back of some of this news of Israel appearing ready to attack Iran. Concerns about a strike and the prospect of retaliation led the United States to withdraw diplomats from Iraq and authorize the voluntary departure of U.S. military family members from the Middle East. So U.S. is kind of pulling some of their staff and family and folks out of the region, saying that Israel is appearing to launch an attack on Iran. It says it's unclear how extensive an attack this might be, but rising tension overseas in the Middle East is never really reflects well in world markets, stock markets, crypto markets. It's not good for anything, right? This isn't what we want to see. Trump coming out today and said that he would love to avoid Iran conflict. On Thursday said he would love to avoid a conflict with Iran, adding that a strike by Israel could happen, but that he would not want to say that it was imminent. So he's not saying this is for sure happening. How much does he actually know about this? We're not sure, but he communicates with Israel. He says, "I'd love to avoid a conflict. Iran's going to have to negotiate a little bit tougher, meaning they're going to have to give us something they're not willing to give us right now." Kind of vague. We'll see how this plays out, but spooked markets last night. Sentiment was feeling strong. Things were kind of moving in the right direction. People were feeling pretty bullish, and then this world conflict news dropped, and so did sentiment. Sentiment kind of dipped on that news there. So in more positive, bullish news, the Genius stablecoin bill passed a key vote and now advances to the U.S. Senate. So weeks after a stablecoin bill stalled over Trump-linked concerns, the Senate advanced the Genius Act. In a 68-30 vote, the U.S. Senate chose to advance the gilding and establishing national innovation of U.S. stablecoins, or the Genius Act, more than a month after it was introduced. Majority Leader John Thune urged members of Congress to support the bill, echoing many of U.S. President Donald Trump's talking points on digital assets, including that the legislation would help make the U.S. the crypto capital of the world. A majority of senators, including several Democrats, voted to invoke cloture for the bill. So some Democrats, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency is not a political issue. I don't think that it should be. There's legislation moving it towards, being more widely accepted, and it seems to have kind of skewed a bit more to the right in a Republican talking point, but there are Democrats who are seeing the value and voting on some of these things as well. So that's great to see. Here we have just some other news. It's kind of coming up as far as like things that maybe could affect the market. I don't know that some of these protests and military parades that everybody's talking about right now are going to really affect the markets, but Trump is hosting a military parade for the anniversary of the Army. I think it's the 250th anniversary, of the Army, doing a big parade in Washington, D.C. this Saturday, June 14th. Happens to be the same day as President Trump's 79th birthday. They're saying that there's estimated to be 6,000 soldiers participating in the event. It's an all-day ordeal, a fitness competition, festival, parade. People are kind of upset about the imagery of the inclusion of tanks and infantry vehicles, helicopters, parachute jumps, kind of the militarization and the use of some of these military vehicles and stuff in the parade. People are upset about that. At the same time, there's been this No Kings protests that are kind of rallying around and choosing to march on this same day, happening all over the country. This is a map of some of the protests that are planned, so all over the place. So something to keep an eye on. Of course, there's been these ICE protests that have been going on the past couple days in LA and other major cities. This one is kind of looking like it's going to be the culmination of a lot of that stuff, and there's going to be a lot of activity, and hopefully everybody stays safe and nobody gets hurt with some of this stuff. But even the fact that you have to say that, I think, is indicative of some of the feeling that is surrounding these protests. So how will this affect markets? I don't think it will affect markets much. I think this will just suck a lot of the attention of the country for the next couple days. People are going to be kind of focused on this. I don't think this will have an effect on the market too much, but just something to be aware of culturally. I guess it's happening. Not a cultural channel or a political channel by any means, but it's hard to talk about stocks and crypto without kind of recognizing the sentiment of what's happening in the country. So do want to take a look also at a clip of President Trump saying that he's working to create clear and simple market frameworks. Let's take a look at this video real quick.
At the Coinbase State of Crypto Summit, I'm delighted to speak to some of the greatest visionaries and pioneers in the fields of tech and finance who are working to build a future powered by crypto. Many have called me the first crypto president. That's an honor. I really do consider that a very big honor, actually. And starting on day one, we ended the Biden administration's war on crypto. It was an absolute war and very unfair. And we unleashed American innovators to do what you do best, lead the world into new frontiers. We ended Operation Choke Point 2.0. I created the first presidential working group on digital assets. I named a pro-freedom, pro-innovation SEC chair, a great man named Paul Atkins, and we created the U.S. Strategic Bitcoin Reserve and the United States Digital Asset Stockpile. But we are not done yet. My administration is working with Congress to pass the Genius Act, supporting the creation of dollar-backed stablecoins. And we also will be working to create clear and simple market frameworks that will allow America to dominate the future of crypto and Bitcoin. Congratulations to everyone at this exciting time in your industry and in our country's life. I wish you all the best of luck.
So there you have it. Despite everything happening in the country, in the world right now, Donald Trump still talking about Bitcoin, still talking about crypto, kind of listing some of the accomplishments that his administration has achieved in the past 6 months or so. So pretty bullish. We love to see it. So we'll keep an eye on that. We'll keep an eye on the Genius Act and what happens with that. Of course, the digital asset stockpile and everything is bullish and kind of seems like it's been moved to the background of even crypto attention. But things are still moving in the right direction. So lastly, I wanted to talk about just an NFT giveaway that I'm working on here. So go ahead and check out this post on the Hedge meme coin account. I'm giving away a Hedgend NFT, pretty cool NFT project. Holding the NFT, you can earn kind of, I guess you'd call it passive income or like a dividend from the NFT. This is the NFT that we're giving away. So all you have to do is, there's a couple steps. Follow Hedgecoin, follow me on Twitter, or on X. Watch this video that I released a couple weeks ago about the Hedge meme coin. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and comment this video, and then also comment on this thread. Kind of a lot of steps, but worthwhile. I think your odds of winning are pretty good. I mean, there's only maybe like 80 comments or so. So you have a pretty good chance of winning the NFT. It's worth, I think right now, like $120, maybe a little bit more than that. So worth checking out. Hedge is a great meme coin, pretty cool. Not sponsored. This is just helping me to like grow my YouTube channel and also like, help out and promote this meme coin. Great community, something worth checking out. Not financial advice, of course, but cool. Thank you guys so much for listening. I appreciate anybody who made it this far into the video, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.